Good evening. I don't know if all of you all have had a chance to look at these pictures that I posted of the sky that I took this morning while I was outside walking. But I'm going to flip this around. I know some of you have had a chance to look at the images, but I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to turn it like this. But this was in the sky right here. You know, the sun was up there and this is in the trees. And you know, I thought they were up there spraying the chemtrails, and I thought, you know, this looks really strange. So I took a picture of it, and then I worked with it. And you can see this is no ordinary chemtrail, because if you look close, it has like a structure right here, a structure right here, a structure right here. And these actually look like steps again, like stairs or whatever right there. And down here below, well, there's like some kind of a ship or something going through. And then if you look up here, well, there's three like beams or something being beamed down. Yeah, I put that in the black and white to kind of bring those out more, but that is the wildest looking thing I've seen in the sky. Hola, Luis. That is like the wildest looking thing I've seen in the sky lately. It really is. I'm gonna turn this back around, but that looks really neat. I really just liked how it looked like that. But you can see a better view of it right here. If you haven't had a chance to look at this, just look at it. You can really truly see like steps like that. And it just looks like a platform of some sort. And you can see this is no ordinary chemtrail right here, because when I zoomed up on it, you too can probably zoom up on it. It looks kind of like a ship, some type of a ship, because it's solid. Hello, Jose. It looks solid right here, this part of it right here, and the rest part, you know, it's not too solid. Good evening, Ronaldo, Calvin, hello. But this structure right here, that's not no ordinary chemtrail. It really isn't. And you know, if it is, you know, they're doing some really good things right here. But to the naked eye, it did not look like this. You know, it just looked like a bunch of zigzaggy clouds up there in the sky. But I thought, you know what, there's something more to this picture. Now just look at that. You know, there could be like big old like stairs or steps right there, and it looked like underneath there also. There could be something like that up there, you know, in the sky, and we just can't see it with our naked eye. But you know, if I guess if you can tune in to these clouds up there or something, you know, and you could probably visualize, you know, hey, this doesn't look normal or something like that. Hello, Felix. Yeah, so I would not dismiss all these chemtrails up there in the sky and things, and because I think there's more to them than meets the eye, because some of these ships or stuff that's supposed to be like cloaked and stuff, I think they hide themselves also in these chemtrails that are up there. But I thought these pictures were really neat. I really did. Just look at that. Now, of course, this is supposed to be a chemtrail right up here at the top. And this right here, this is the part of my camera, the little flare-like thing right there with a little dot right there. But these other things, you know, that's not normal. That is not a normal chemtrail, okay? It isn't. That is well-defined structures right there, these little stairs and stuff. This is the sky view. This shows you, hello, hug, or this tells you how big it is up there in the sky. It really does, and why this was doing that, I don't know. But I thought it was pretty neat. And this is like a solid line. These things right here, when you zigged up on and you zoom up on them, they're the zigzag lines. And they kind of look like those, if you ever look at that Soho Lasco, you sometimes when you watch it in motion, you see these great big old zigzaggy things. I mean, they're humongous, and they just zip across the Lasco screen is what they do. And that's what this thing down here was looks similar to right here. It's just zipping across that screen, but I just thought this is so neat of a picture. Now see, here's those zigzaggy things, and if you look at the Lasco, you'll see those, they're humongous, and they will just fly across the screen. And I put this one on here right here. I know it's a little blurry, but this is like these zigzaggy things, they're combined. See, there's one here, and then this one right here broke, I guess. It's not broke, it's just a smaller one, but they can combine into one great big long one, and they can travel like that up in the sky. That's what I'm thinking. I really am. But I thought it was pretty neat to see those up there in the sky, so I just zoomed up on them you know, because they're not normal looking chemtrails. They're not. There's more to them, but look at that photo. Isn't that amazing? And that does look like stairs. Some type of a stairs right here. That sun very well. That could even be a spaceship, this sun right here we're looking at, or something, or a spaceship behind it or something like that. Yeah, hello Maria. And down here, I think that is a spaceship, probably about from here to about there. That's where it was completely solid right there. And the same thing for this, it was like completely solid right here. And then with another solid one, but these pieces right here, they're like ridges going across. And I've had these ridges going across into, I remember posting a photo that I took in the sky over there, and they had those ridges, you know, that went across. They kind of look like one of those filters you put on your riding lawnmowers, you know, inline fuel filter with the ridges on it. That's what it looks like to me. You know, I don't know if you've not seen, I don't know if you all seen those inline fuel filters that you hook up to the end of a fuel line. They're a cylinder shape and they have the ridges in them. Yeah, that's what these things right here look like right here. If you were to zoom up on them right here, they kind of look like one of those. Hello, Linda. Good morning, Amaryllis. Yeah. But I forgot to turn on my location services, but this phone app still picked that up at 10:53. I was just outside walking on the porch, and I thought that cloud structure looks kind of ominous to me, and I think I want to take a picture of it. So I did, and that was all. That was just one picture, and just look at the things that showed up in this one picture right there. And even that doesn't look normal. Thank you, Amaryllis. But I just, I can't get over these steps right here. Because now I'm looking up in the sky. I'm looking for like stair-like things is what I'm looking for now. If I see something that looks kind of like it like that, I'm going to take a picture of it. I really am. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things up there to look at in just that one bitty photo. And again, this is part of my camera right there. But this other stuff isn't. And I made it black and white so that it could look a little bit more defined, because sometimes black and white can bring out the edges and a lot better. Hello, Nana. Thank you very much. Yes, but I just think it's pretty neat. I really do, to be out there and look up there in the sky and you can see things like that. It really is. But these right here, these look like the big long squiggly things. And even if you zoom up on the LASCO, on those great big long ziggly things that take up probably 1/8 of the screen, when they go across there, they're humongous. If you zoom up on them and freeze the screen, you'll see that they are also joined together like that. So, yeah, it's all pretty amazing up here. All this stuff right here. And that's just so ominous looking. It's a very, very, very interesting photo, to say the least, with all the features in it. And this right here was one of those long squiggly things. It was solid. It's not wiggly like this, like the chemtrail. But then you ask, why are they coming? Why are these coming up from down here? Okay, that's what you have to ask yourself. And you know, why does this stuff have to happen right around here, right around the sun? You know, you could ask yourself this right here. This squiggly thing. I've seen these squiggly things before. I've seen those squiggly things before in people's photos, and you know, they said there was something to that, something like a UFO or some kind of phenomenon that made something like that. Nicholas, hello. Hello, Nana. Blas, Eleazar, Geraldo, Castro, Terry, thank you. Look up the flying rods. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of flying things out there. But I just think this photo is just so neat looking, for it to be up in the sky like that. It really is. It's a fantastic looking photo. It really is. I really like looking at it, because some of these photos, you know, you can just look at it and then you can just look at it and look at it, because it's just, you just wonder, how can that be? Yeah. And I know some people some people may think, well, you know, we do got the Project Bluebeam. I've heard about the Project Bluebeam. I've read about the Project Bluebeam. And, you know, I know they have the capabilities to do things like that. But then, you know, I know they also put out the propaganda out there. And I'm not dissing any of this, but I know they'll put this stuff out there to get the people going and stuff, and make people believe, you know, even if they do a Project Bluebeam or they don't do a Project Bluebeam, they're going to have it embedded within your mind up here that what you're seeing is not real, no matter what it is, because, you know, they've already planted the little seed of the Project Bluebeam and stuff, okay? And I've read where, you know, they would make the sky a big old canvas, and, you know, they can project all the images they want. And, you know, I think it's like a double-edged sword. It would go both ways. Some things that you would see may not be real, but then some things are real, and then you're going to get confused. Yeah, it's all a big old game, and it's not a very nice game to play. It really isn't. But these right here, now I don't think this was Project Bluebeam, because this was a bunch of chemtrails, and I just got lucky snapping this photo right here, because you can't make this stuff right here up. That's pretty vivid imagination to put that in a Project Bluebeam or something like that. Hello, Denise. Hello, Ellen Little. Ellen Title Little. Hello from Palto Alto. We live in an enclosed system. Yeah. Sky Dome. I've heard of Sky Dome at Atlantis also. Demon Hunter. I didn't see that, but I think that's pretty neat. And, you know, there is a lot of things that are being pushed against people. There really is a lot of fear being put right there in front of us through the movies and the media, the news and everything. And it just puts a person into a state of disillusionment at times. It really does, and makes a person, you know, not even want to look. You know, they really don't, because, you know, they've got all this stuff inside of them. But, you know, you need to look, you need to start looking up, and you need to start being alert and looking all around you, because things are playing out all around us. And, you know, I think we haven't looked up for a long, long time, and now a lot more of us are looking up, and I'm happy a lot more of us are looking up. I'm happy that I'm looking up, because I'm seeing things that I've never seen before either up there in the sky, you know. I didn't even know this stuff was happening up there, because I was in my own little world doing my own little thing, my gardening, and, you know, working on vehicles and this and that, just enjoying life. But there is more to this life than what we're presently doing. We just need to open our eyes, okay? But this photo's really neat. Hello, Catherine Lewin. Michael Easter, hello. Yes, Scott. Hello, Neto Medina from Brazil. Linda Lou Awini. Yeah, I was talking about these pictures that I posted. These were images from the one picture that was in the sky. Hello, Caesar. Caesar Renee. Mona Ruling. Blue Bead. Mona, it's Project Bluebeam is what they call it, you know. And I know, like in China one time, you know, the people looked up and there was a city that appeared in the sky. It looked like it was like up there in the sky. And, you know, I remember seeing that article a long years ago, several years back. And I thought, you know, it probably is that Project Bluebeam. See, that was already imprinted in my mind and implanted in my mind, that seed of the Project Bluebeam about being able, you know, to project these images up there. So I immediately connected, you know, this image of this city in the sky to the Project Bluebeam. So that's all it does, is take a little bit of propaganda to plant these little seeds in our mind, whether they be seeds of happiness or seeds of fear and sadness and stuff and dread. Yeah, we just got to get rid of all the negative, because we don't want the negative within us. We need to just try to look at things with an open mind and open eyes and with our hearts. And that way we'll be pretty set if we do that, you know, and don't give in to fear and all that stuff like that. And I know I'm talking a lot, but that's okay. Yeah. Well, I think it's neat that Trump showed up in Mesopotamia to greet the troops. I wouldn't tell anyone. If I was going somewhere and I was in that type of position and I had that type of a seat, I would not announce it beforehand where I was going, because I would, I wouldn't want to be a target. Yeah, so, you know, I think there's enough people targeting people in prominent positions, and, you know, I don't think that they need to announce their travel plans ahead of time. I don't. Is that black goo that they speak of? I don't know what that black goo is, what you're talking about. I've been chosen by the good ones. Loved your dancing. Well, I would dance more, but you know what? I can only dance to a certain tune that's not copyright protected. Otherwise, I'm going to get banned from my Facebook videos. So it's not worth it to me. It really isn't. Yeah. That's right, Michael. But I just wanted to touch base with you on these images right here. And these squiggly lines, you can find these on the Soho if you go to that link there. But I really do like looking at those. And I just couldn't quit looking at it once I was able to bring out these images right here. And this isn't going to be too long of a video because I'm sitting in front of this this hot stove right here inside of here, and it's really hot. But that's okay. It's quite relaxing. I like the heat sometimes. You know that old saying, if you can't stand the heat, then get out of the kitchen. That's right, because that's where things are cooking. And you know, I am happy that people are posting a lot of their images that they're capturing in the comment section. If you haven't had a chance to look in the comment section of the post, you should do that, because you know there are a lot of interesting and detailed pictures that people are posting from all around the world, and I think it's pretty neat, and it is encouraging, and it lets us know that we are not alone. We are not alone at all. Oh. Hello, Elizia Garcia. Good evening, Robin Coffee Brown. Good evening to you. I feel like going outside in the cold air after sitting in front of this hot fire, but yeah, I don't have to go to a sauna. I got one right here with minus the humidity. I really do. And I have not loaded these to my YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube channel for you who are wondering if she has a YouTube channel, for those who don't have the Facebook, if they wanted to view it. I haven't loaded these onto the YouTube channel. I'm trying to keep up to date loading the pictures on there, but I fall a little behind. I really do. Right there. So, Logan, yesterday in Mar del Plata, Argentina, something like that appeared in the sky. You know, and I've seen it. I've seen it in these videos that people have posted all around the world, you know, that little squiggly thing, and I forget. It's a wormhole. I think that's what it was. I think it was a wormhole that opened up or something like that, and something traveled through. Because I think that's what they said when one of those happened, because it was like a black, like smoke that was left behind. I think I do remember seeing that. So yeah, the squiggly lines, you could probably do a little Google search on that, of whatever you would describe it as, and see what comes up. But I think it was like some kind of a portal that something came through. Hello, Jeff West. Belinda Eckhart, hello. I tell you what, it's getting hot right here. But I've got shorts on, so it's not too bad. I'm sitting here with some shorts on, so yeah, I would not have no pajamas or long pants sitting in front of this fire unless I had this door open, letting in the cold air. Hello, Deborah Anderson. Well, I'm going to get off of here. It's around 8:40, but I just wanted to touch bases with y'all, and I just want to talk about that little picture. And I know you all have seen this picture right here. There's a lot of images right there, a lot of good images that we've been getting. And I know some people say, well, Gina, why don't you get a better camera? Why don't you get a high-powered telescope? Well, I've had that before, and you know this right here, what I'm using, this iPhone 8, works good for me. I think it's what I'm supposed to be using right now. So for the meantime, this is what I am using, and I feel quite comfortable with it. If the time comes that I should get a different type of a camera, well, it would have to be one that was not so complicated. Because I don't want to sit there and try to figure out and go through all these little screens in order to take one picture. And then have a hard time trying to figure out, okay, what do I do with this picture? Okay, but I am comfortable using what I'm using right now, my iPhone 8, I really am. And thank you for your concern. And I do have telescopes, but I can't get the views that I want to get with my telescopes because of, I just like to have a sky view is what I like. A good night, Denny. Natatapan Thavasanasvat. Hello from Thailand. Marco Miller. Hello, Margaret Williams. You're very welcome, Catherine Lewin. What do I know about the light spheres? I've seen them twice. The light spheres, oh, my arm got tired. I don't really know much about these light spheres except that they're up in the sky, and a lot of people are seeing them like you said. I don't get an uncanny feeling when it comes to them at all. I don't. There's sometimes when I walk outside and I'm looking around and I can sense something in the air that I don't feel too comfortable with, and I just tell it to just go away because only good's going to come around me. But yeah, I don't really know too much about the light spheres to really comment on it. You always, Steve Forsyth, you always catch me when I'm getting ready to sign off. Well, it's because I don't do really long videos a lot because I really run out of words to say. But I'm sitting right here, so this fire is keeping me pretty on my, giving me something to say. YouTube has great to fix anything. Yeah, YouTube does, that's true. Okay, well, I am going to probably end this video. I'm going to try to get back up here to this one picture because it's getting really hot sitting by this stove. I'm going to just tell you that right now. It's getting really hot. I just use my hand since this is a touch screen. I can make that, I make that screen go down with my fingers. But yeah, if you haven't had a chance to look at this right now, take a chance and take a chance. I don't know why I do that. I don't know why this, somehow I get myself in this spotlight with this light, bright light, and I only want to go and push this camera to turn this around, and then it gets me stuck in this big old spotlight. I think I got it. I think it's that little, it's a little lightning bolt. I must touch it or something accidentally, and that's what's causing it. Margaret, you don't see the pictures. Well, sometimes the Facebook will not upload my posts to people's pages because of their algorithms, but you'll have to come directly to my page. And these pictures are on my page right here, and they were posted, they were taken at 10:53. So yeah, if you're looking at this video and you don't see my pictures, that's because Facebook hasn't put them on your timeline or your news feed, and you'll have to come directly to my page to see them. I will, justice for all. And I really am going to get off of here right now because now I'm getting thirsty. Because of that fire from this stove. You can see it back there. It's nice and hot, and I love the heat from a stove, much better than the furnace right there. I really do. Oh, you got here late? It's okay. Yeah, well, it kind of looks like there were some chemtrails up there in the sky, but, you know, when you zoom in on some of the images, they're clearly not chemtrails. Yeah, they're clearly not when you zoom up on them right here. There's no way all of these are chemtrails right here. No way. And this structure right here. But I do know that we all see what we want to see, because some of us are accustomed to seeing, you know, even though we look up in the sky and we see a bunch of chemtrails, well, then that's all we're ever going to see, because we're not going to be able to look beyond what we see, look beyond the chemtrails, because we're not going to be expecting something else to be hiding up there in the sky behind them or in them, or expecting them to cover them up. We're not at all. And you know, that's okay, to each their own. But yeah, this definitely does not look like a chemtrails. Looks like steps right here going up, and you got these 3 big beams coming out of the top right there. Right there. 3 big beams, it looks like it's coming out, it's projecting, and you can even see like there's like a small bump right here on the sun right here on one of the pictures. You can slightly see it, how these are being projected out of there. And there looks like there's something back here also. I did not zoom up on this. I did not zoom up closely on this picture all the way in all the areas. I just got the things that looked quite familiar, or that really stood out for me. Okay, now I'm getting up and I am going to go, okay? But it's been nice talking to all of you all. Eliezer Garcia, no, I have not received any notifications or suggestions from authorities about not posting this kind of pictures. No, I haven't. And if they didn't want me to, they would not be contacting me. They'd just shut me down right like that. They really would. As with anybody, you know. And I have found out, if you have like a Facebook page and you're trying to post things like this, and then you have a lot of negativeness coming out of you for these people, I'm not being disrespectful, I'm just being truthful. If you've got like a Facebook page or a YouTube channel and you've got all this negative coming out of your mouth, and you're saying bad things about this, bad things about that, displaying everything in a derogatory manner, yeah, you probably are going to get shut down, spoken to. If you're on a YouTube, you're going to get a strike against you. And the Facebook page, well, before long, if you know, when you're bad-mouthing things, which you really shouldn't go around bad-mouthing, because, you know, it really doesn't make a person feel any better. It creates a negative energy within a person. But if you go around bad-mouthing stuff and saying derogatory things and bad things, well, yeah, the chances are you're probably going to get shut down, and you're not going to be able to show the things that you're showing anymore, even though you wanted to begin with. But then that's how that works. So I try to put forth a positive spin on everything and say good things, because I'm not a bad person. I don't like saying bad things and derogatory things and belittling and speaking derogatory. I don't. I just want good coming out of me and bringing forth these images with a good attitude and a positive. I just want positive outflow. Okay. So that was a long explanation to your whatever it was. Yeah, but now my shoulder's getting tired. So I'm going to end this. I know I've said it, I don't know how many times, but a good night to every one of you all, and thank you all for sitting here chatting with me, and good night.